What's the difference between an A-level essay and a university essay? My name's Sam, I teach history at the University of Cambridge, and this is a question I get asked a lot by students. They've arrived at university with all of these templates as to how to write an essay, like P or Peel, and want to know whether those skills apply at the university level. The good news is that there's actually no rules at university. There's no structures you have to follow or templates you have to use. Essentially, all you have to do is construct a persuasive argument. But that also becomes quite scary with people, because as soon as you don't have the template, then it becomes unclear how you are supposed to structure an essay. So in this video, I'm going to take you through the main differences between how to construct an A-level essay and how to construct a university essay. With an A-level essay, the traditional template is introduction, 3 paragraphs, conclusion. Each of those paragraphs has a pro-argument and a counter-argument in it, and then you come to a mini judgment at the end of the paragraph. So if you're answering a question on why did the Vietnam War break out, you might evaluate 3 factors and then come to a conclusion about which you think is the most significant. The way you would structure this at university is slightly different though. What you want to do with a university essay is explain what the common knowledge is about a particular subject and then why you think that common knowledge is wrong or flawed. So what you might say about the Vietnam War is the common knowledge is that Lyndon Johnson, the president from 1963, was primarily responsible for putting troops on the ground in Vietnam. So you would spend a couple of paragraphs explaining this view that Lyndon Johnson is responsible for the origins of the Vietnam War. Then, at the hinge point of the essay, you want to explain why you think that idea is flawed. What are some of the problems with that received interpretation of those events? So you might say that by 1963, when Lyndon Johnson came to power, the US already had lots of military advisors in Vietnam. Then, in the essay's final section, you want to give a better interpretation than the received one. So, in the case of Vietnam, you might want to say that the president more responsible for the war was not Lyndon Johnson, but actually John F. Kennedy, who was the one who poured all of those military advisors and economic assistance into South Vietnam. So that's the main difference. At A-level, your essays are evaluating the various factors. At university, what you're trying to do is evaluate previous interpretations of the subject and then offer your own fresh, original view.